Hi everyone, welcome to Sage's Garage. We made it to episode 20. I'm not sure if you noticed, but I changed the way I titled this video. I've been wanting to change the title so that you know what's going to happen in the video before you watch it, and after some great recommendations, I finally decided to do that, and I thought that doing it on episode 20 would be perfect. This episode contains many different things that have happened recently, like for example, I was headed to the gym the other night and I came across a car show, so I filmed it for you guys and I'm really excited to show you what I found. I also have some footage from a few months ago that I wanted to show you guys. It has to do with my parents' Range Rover's engine overheating, which I thought was really fitting for this channel. Then I uncovered my Triumph's engine bay and I dealt with some of the rust that has developed over the past couple weeks, but you will see that. And lastly, I was going to help my dad replace the brake pads on the Range Rover, but of course something went wrong like it always does on this channel. Let's start out with all the nice cars that I saw. Even after getting soaked in the rain. Although I do feel bad for all those cars. Now I want to give you a little bit of a backstory with what happened to the Range Rover. It was scheduled for a routine maintenance the same week that these next few clips are from. It was going to have all of its systems flushed and topped up. However, it didn't end up making it to the appointment without having a problem first. My dad and I had driven from my house, which is near Windsor, all the way to Mississauga, which is about a 3.5-hour drive. We stopped at a store after being on the road for so long. As we left the store and pulled out of that parking lot, we saw a warning pop up that said engine overheating, and the little toggle that says the heat was all the way at the top and was red, flashing red. It was bad. We pulled over as soon as we could safely and opened up the hood to check out what was going on. We stayed there for a couple minutes and the overheating warning went away, so we decided we were going to drive to the nearest Canadian Tire, which was super close. But right as we pulled out of that parking lot, the same warning came on and we knew we wouldn't be able to make it to the Canadian Tire safely. We pulled over again. It ended up being in a Petro-Canada parking lot, and here are the clips that explain the rest.
What do we look for? It's very hot, but we were just sitting in a parking lot.
We're just gonna open this up and just let it cool down a little bit, like just let air in here.
So do we need to get coolant? They'll probably have some there. This is windshield wiper. This is, what's that for? Castrol, it's oil.
Yeah, so this is coolant here.
So what does coolant do? It cools down the engine?
Yeah.
How does that work?
So you're not supposed to do it when it's hot, right?
So you have to wait till the car cools down?
A little bit.
Oh my god, this is crazy.
So it must be leaking coolant.
Oh no. It's all the way up now. Now it says overheating again. Okay everybody, my dad and I were driving and we have a Range Rover, and basically as we were driving our car said engine overheating, and then it said the coolant was like, it was like super high, it was like really hot. So but basically we're gonna add antifreeze to it, but you're not supposed to do while it's hot, so we tried to cool down, but it is still pretty still pretty warm, so I don't know.
This is what we have to release, but you're supposed to do it when it's cold.
Yes.
So there's a lot of, so you'd have to stand back.
This is bad. I hope my camera doesn't die. Oh, there it goes.
Listen.
Okay. Oh, it's all bubbling, it's all bubbling. Close it, close it, close it. It's like boiling.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's actually boiling there. I didn't know you could see it. Okay, no, it's like fully boiling. Don't open it. It's like boiling. That's crazy. Oh, my camera's dying. Okay, yeah, it's getting higher and higher and higher. I think you should just wait.
Okay, it's gonna start spraying.
It's coming to the top.
So we're gonna have to wait until it goes down.
We have to wait. We have to, it's gonna bubble over. So basically, it was all the way up here, and then we decided, it went down a little bit, so we decided to open it a little bit again, and as soon as you open it, it dropped all the way to here, and then it dropped all the way again. So now there's some there, but yeah, very interesting. Yeah, it's just going lower and lower and lower. Okay, so you're just gonna pour it?
Go right in. Just look down the chute.
Oh, there's nothing there. So how did it look so full? Where did that come from? That's a mystery.
So the air came in, the air pushed it through the system.
Wow.
So that's how much is in there, but it's all
but it's
in
not,
through the
it's
radiator,
in,
right?
so it's not enough to like, there's literally nothing there. Wow.
So it probably says do not shake.
Did you shake it?
Do not remove radiator cap when engine is hot.
So it says to get a specific one in the manual, but that's okay. Right now we only had one available, so that's what we're gonna put. What color is it? Ooh, it's clear. Oh, it's yellow. So why was it red, pinkish red?
Because
Different kinds?
They want the orange.
They wanted the fancy one. Oh, it's mixing at the bottom. I see it's like darker. See?
So there's the cold fill line, but
Where's that? Oh, I see it. But it's not cold. So fill it higher or lower?
1 inch of the radiator cap.
So fill it all the way up to here.
And top off the overflow bottle to the cold fill line.
What? I'll tell you when it gets to the cold fill line. Okay, now it's at the bottom of the cold fill line. Now it's at like the top.
Yeah, so the truth is we're not cold.
Now it's in the middle of the cold. So does that mean we need to put more?
We probably do, but this
So-
is probably enough for now to see what happens.
Okay, wish us luck. By doing that, we lost our bonnet open sign. Yay, but we do still have the check engine light. Boo. Unfortunately, we got our bonnet open thing back. So we drove it for a while and it's looking okay. So fingers crossed.
Finally, what you're all here for, the Triumph. I am currently taking my last high school course, which means I am completely swamped in chemistry homework. Unfortunately, that means I don't have enough time in my days to do all that as well as work on the car. After I cleaned out the engine bay, I had to leave it outside and it ended up raining for days on end, and if I'm being honest, I didn't even connect the dots. I ended up covering it with a tarp as soon as I realized, but unfortunately it was too late. Here's what it looked like when I uncovered it, as well as what I did to fix it, and also try and replace the brake pads on the Range Rover.
So I brought the car out of the garage and I cleaned off the engine bay a couple weeks ago now, and I really thought I was gonna have more time to work on the car and fully finish cleaning it out. But I am taking my final high school course right now, and it has been insanely busy and I haven't had time to do anything else. And my final exams are coming up, which means this isn't gonna be able to be touched for at least another couple weeks. So I am gonna pop it back in the garage just so it's safe. Unfortunately, while it was sitting out here, it was super rainy and I did end up covering it with a tarp, but it was a little bit too late and there is some surface rust. So today we are going to, first of all, uncover it, take care of the surface rust, then I'm going to put the wheels back on and push it back into the garage just so it's safe for the next couple weeks while I'm finishing up my exam. So unfortunately, I did get some more rusty bits here after I cleaned everything up, but you know what? It's my own fault for not realizing. And the transmission is rusty as well, so I'm gonna bring you in for a closer look. First of all, here's a little update of how it looks since I cleaned it. It is way, way better than it was before, but obviously there is a bunch more rust than I realized, and there are still some areas that I really need to clean. Like I still need to get into all these spaces, but like I said, for the next little bit, I will not have time, so I'm just going to put it away to keep it safe. Here is the transmission. It did get some surface rust, so I'm gonna try and get that off today. The brake rotors did get some surface rust as well, and just some other little parts. So I'm hoping that I've caught it quick enough before they pit and that I can take care of that today. So unfortunately, it looks like they rusted so much that they are pretty stiff and sticky. Oopsie. I'm gonna be using this brake and parts cleaner from Worth. I was actually gifted this from Steve, who's a sales rep for the company, so that was super nice. I was actually debating using this in other parts of my engine bay. However, I did read that you can't let it touch any rubber parts, and I didn't want to mess with melting anything that I wasn't supposed to or touching wires, so I thought it was better to just leave it and get some actual degreaser, or a lot of you guys have recommended some great things like kerosene or simple green, so I think I might be trying a couple things once I clean it out, but that is for another day. It says to spray it and leave it to soak and just get everything that it needs to get, and then just let it air dry or wipe it clean, but you don't need to rinse it off with water. So I am just gonna go ahead and spray this right now, and hopefully we will see all the rust melt off. I have some steel wool. I know it said just let it air dry, but clearly that didn't do much. So I'm gonna spray a little more, and then I'm gonna use circular motions really lightly and try and see if I can get some of this off. After some wiggling and jiggling, we were able to get it loose, so now I can clean off this section. This is as good as I'm gonna get it today. We will come back in a few weeks when I'm working on the car again, and hopefully it still looks the same and doesn't look any worse. Now I'm gonna move on and do the same thing with the transmission and the other side. Don't know if you guys can see, but there are a bunch of metal shavings in here, and obviously I'm going to have to deal with those at some point and get rid of them. What I'm gonna do is I have this rag, I'm just gonna spray a bit onto here, and then I'm just gonna wipe and try and just kind of collect these shavings so that they don't fall in everywhere. Okay, so I just did this whole side, and I think it's looking a lot better than it was. It was looking the same on the other side, if not maybe more rough, honestly. But I was able to get it all off, so now I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna spray this and just give it another little wipe down. All right, looking good. Now it's time to put the wheels back on. I'm gonna start off by just taking off all of the lug nuts, and I'm going to leave the washers on this way. All right, everybody, I've got my wheel. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. Okay, I'm guessing it just slides on, everybody. Oh yeah, there's no way.
You have to line up.
I'm so sorry. Okay, guys, I got this. We're gonna line them up. So, this one goes here. Okay. Okay, I see them. Okay, no. I don't know. Okay, I don't know how to do it. I got a helping hand to line it up for me. And now I'm going to pop on the lug nuts. It has to be lifted up a little bit. That's okay. Oh yeah. Guys, I'm doing it. No gloves. This is crazy. Oh. Oh my God. God. Okay. Okay, I've got them all on there, just hand tightened. Now I'm going to take my, I forget the name. Tire iron. And I'm gonna go ahead and tighten them. But I'm not gonna go all the way, I'm gonna do them almost all the way so that they're even. Also, I wanna say I'm not going to torque them right now or like tighten them all the way, because obviously I'm gonna be taking these off soon once I like get in the car and clean it again. So these just have to be on enough to be able to wheel it into the garage and stay on them. Okay, there we go. One on, one more to go. I'm just gonna work on the other side now. Okay, we're good to go. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the jack back under the car. We are going to raise it up so I can take the blocks out, and then we will take the blocks out and then we'll put it back down, and then we can roll it back into the garage. Before I get the jack under there, I wanna move all these wires and these things so that I don't crunch them and rip them off. Oh my God. I don't know if you guys can see, there's like 10,000 earwigs. Okay, we got it. Facing our fears today, everybody. They're all crawling out of it.
Okay, so
See what I do for you guys. So much, okay. Okay. Oh!
slow. Yeah.
I don't know if they can. Okay, I'm gonna just turn on. I did not think that was how that worked, everybody. Okay. Slay.
All the way down.
All the way. Boom. Ooh. Yay. We did it. Oh. I just put my head into a spider web. I saw it and then I put my head in it. I'm now one with the spiders. Now we're going to push it back into the garage. Can you see me? Woo.
Okay.
This is how I'm gonna look, everybody. So cool.
Okay.
Except with an engine.
Get ready.
Okay. Okay, I'm ready. I lied when I said I was ready the first time. Ta-da! Now, what you guys don't know is that actually there's another mission to be accomplished today, and it has nothing to do with my car. It has to do with our Land Rover. I hope it's in the shot, otherwise I'm just pointing at some mysterious thing. It could be any car, you have no idea. Anyways, we need to replace the brake pads, and I don't know anything about brakes. Obviously, I don't know anything about anything until I do it. So today we're going to have a special guest car on the show, which is my parents' Land Rover, and we are going to be replacing the brake pads. Okay, everybody, this is the only flat spot we have, so the jack needs to go here in order to jack up the Range Rover. So my dad is going to drive it up, and we will get over that spot. So I've got my jack in place, but first things first is I'm gonna use the wood to chalk up the wheels because we don't want it rolling away on us. We have the jack ready, but before we do that, we want to crack each of these so the wheel doesn't spin. However, unfortunately, all of these lug nuts are swollen, so this barely fits on there. So what we're gonna do is use a hammer, and I'm probably gonna get some help. We've got 4 of them done. I'm gonna try the 5th one. Am I pushing down or up?
Down.
I can do push-ups on it. It's not gonna work. No, can do it. Come on, hardest one so far. Not even fair, that was the hardest one. Now it is ready to be jacked up. Isn't this supposed to be like an off-roading vehicle, so it should be fine being topsy-turvy? So because the ground that the jack, oh my God, that the jack is on is lower than the wheel, we actually aren't really getting it off the ground enough, but we are at the limit of our jack. So I don't know if we can lift it any higher than this, but it's not really off the ground. Because this is an off-roading vehicle, there's too much off-roading ability, and even though we have this object that it's over, like a rock or a river, stream, I don't know what off-roading vehicle's going, it just is liking it and it's not lifting the way we want it to. So we're gonna have to get the car on a flat surface or even get go somewhere with a lift so that we can do this, because it's not gonna work on this area.
Now you're all caught up. Like I said, I have exams coming up, which means I'm not going to be able to work on the car a ton in the next coming weeks. I am hoping that next week's video will be me ordering parts, fingers crossed, but as we've seen so far, nothing usually goes to plan or to schedule. I did get a ton of great recommendations of other sites I should look at ordering from, so I'm definitely going to look into all those before I make any big decisions. I also got some things that I should add to the list of what I should order and things I might not need. Thank you guys so much for watching today's episode, and I will see you next week. Bye!